Morning, everyone. Hope y'all are having a great day. I know I am. It's a good morning. Really good morning. I've been super busy. Just getting things done, Cleaning, that type of stuff. Been on the computer. Um, Hung out with Claw for a little while. He ran off. I don't know where he went, though. He just literally ran off. I got him to come in the house just now. Which is crazy because I had him right here. Like, literally right here. With the door open just the way it is. And he always has me chase him, like follow him. I always following him, and I came over here, I gave him some treats, which he didn't eat all of them. But I picked him up, and I had him in my arm and I was petting his head for like a good 5 minutes, man, just chilling, and he didn't budge anything. He just sat there and let me pet his head with him. He basically I had my arm, like this arm right here, under his belly and let his feet dangle. And then my fingers were under his chin and I was like scratching his chin like this, And I was just petting his head. And he started purring. And it's crazy because I set him down right here to get the treats. And Mentora, I was getting the shower running. I was letting a hot shower run because she woke up this morning and her nose was just completely like yellow. It was coming down into her mouth, and she's still sick, So I gave her medication this morning, and I just gave her a hot bath. I got all that gook out, I literally just held her in the hot water and I massaged her face, she don't trip anymore. Like, she looks at me and she's thankful, once I get that gook out and stuff. Like, she always looks at me as soon as like I get all of it out, like, thank you, You can tell she's because she can breathe and stuff, all that stuff it's all caked up, that shit hurts. Like my eye right now, right? I got that big ass sty. You can see that bitch. It's white now. Fucking hurts. And it's all crusty, but when I took a bath this morning and, I washed it out, it feels better, right? So it's the same thing to her, So she's sleeping right now. If I don't put her, like, when I give her a shower, a bath, whatever, if I don't put her under the blanket immediately, she trips out. She'll start shaking and she'll piss herself, man. She's traumatized. So what I do immediately is before I even turn on the shower, I'll turn on the heater and I'll get that red blanket that she likes, my Red Wings blanket, the Detroit Red Wings blanket, and I'll put the blanket up against the heater, and then I'll give her a shower. I'll dry her off with, before I put her in the blanket, and I'll put her right up against the heater and cover her up because she wants to just go to sleep anyways. She don't feel good, first of all. Second of all, she's on medication now because I just gave her dope. Third of all, that heat from the water, it relaxes your muscles, all that stuff. So, she wants to just lay down, between the sickness, the medication, and all the heat. And then I put her in that blanket with the heat, you know what I mean? So it's good for her. It's going to let her, all that sickness, you know what I mean? It's going to let her get it out, sweat it out. So that's why I do it. So that's where she's at. She's basically in a sauna. And just, I'm running her a sauna. That's where she's at right now. Which, my socks are dry. Yep. So I washed a bunch of fucking clothes in my thing. Which this fucking black kid I used to hang out with fucking always had this, man. He always had this on, bro. He always wore this, man. His name was Daniel. He always. And it's funny because he ate ketchup on everything. Chicken, everything, man. Ketchup on everything, dude. All the time. And he'd always call me Cornerhead. Because when I grew up, When I grew up, fucking my head and the like my colic right here, it would always stick like it would grow like into a square when I'd get a haircut. It'd always be square. So if you were walking behind me, it looked like, I had a corner, You call me cornerhead. I used to hate him for that shit. But he left that. It's funny because I don't use it, you know what I mean? But it's weird that I still have it. I've never gotten rid of it. I like having it. I don't know. I just washed it. I'm about to wear it for like on the boat and stuff. Like if it's windy and everything, I don't want it to chafe my face, That's why I bought all those masks and stuff. I see why he wore it, He always wore it during the winter. Every day he'd be over at my house. He'd be smoking blunts and shit. Dude, that's what he wore, man. Every day. I've never seen him without it, man. And it's weird that he left it at my house. I haven't seen him in years, I wonder how he's doing. I've been trying to find him on Facebook. I can't find him on Facebook. I can't. It's crazy. I almost want to put it on. I put it on like once. And I was like, man, I don't like this that much. I don't know how he put this on. Like, I like it. What I'm saying, I'll wear it when I need to. You know what I'm saying? But he wore this every day, man. Like, dude, I'm telling you, man. Fucking winter, fucking summer. This is how I knew him. Dude, he had this on all the time, bro. All the time. I just watched it. He always had this on, man. What up, Retro? So what do you do? What up, Retro? Pull that shit down like that. That's what he wore. And I got it. I'm thankful for it. I like it. I actually like the way this flips down, too. I see why he got it. Because you can just flip it. It looks like he was chewing on it. It looks like he was chewing on it. Burn home when you smoke, you fucking on. That's what it was. You wanted to smoke. Daniel wanted to smoke. What's up, Danny? I didn't know you wanted to smoke. That's what Danny wanted. You're funny, Danny. That's had to be that's why you did it. Put a cigarette in there. Because it's cold, man. The winter cold. Listen, man, Detroit winters get rough. They get rough. Hell yeah, dude. I'm about to sport this motherfucker. Hell yeah. Put this on with it. I'm ready for my sailboat, man. Hell yeah. Be ready to ride out. Serious. I'm ready. I'm not joking. We're just going sailing. We're not robbing nobody. So yeah, I just washed it because I gotta get a lot of them. It's gonna be rough on the wind. I'm telling you. Listen, there's gonna be days that I'm going around the world. I can't control the weather, so there's gonna be days where I'm sailing. It's gonna be nasty outside, and the wind is gonna be good, so I'm gonna be able to get a lot of miles down. And I'm not gonna want my face is gonna, I'm not gonna want my face getting all battered. You know what I mean? That salt water splashes on your face. It's gonna dry you out fast. And I'd rather that water's so cold it'll hit this first before it hits my face. You get what I'm saying? So it won't be as bad. That cold water hits your face first. You catch pneumonia real fucking quick. It's weird because it has like the way it's set up. I like it though because it can flip up. Thanks, Dan, man. Thanks for leaving this, bro. Serious. If you come across this video, I appreciate you, man. So I was fucking banging music all morning and just hooked it up. I'm telling you, dude, this laptop, if I hook up the phone, if I hook up the Amazon, it doesn't matter what I hook up. Nothing sounds as good as this laptop. This Acer TravelMate B, the sound card in this is off the fucking chain. Even the Dell laptop that I have on pawn, my Dell XPS, which is with the 4K screen, right? It's a studio laptop. It's a Dell XPS Studio. It's not like you can use it for gaming. You get what I'm saying? But it wasn't like it wasn't like a gaming engineer laptop. It was a studio laptop. It was made more for like Visual Studio, like Visual Basic, like coding, programming, and visual design. Like developing the game in a sense. You get what I'm saying? Or for like photography or like movies, animation, that type of stuff. Like how all those, Disney does all those, cartoon movies animation, which I have someone in mind actually. I post some of the stuff on my Facebook. It's a woman, a black woman. Um she's supposed to be I'm trying to get her to email me, which a lot of people are nervous about emailing. They don't want to email, which I told her, like, look, I'm going to be out at sea. I can't sit here and go back and forth like, hello, how are you? Texting, I'm busy. So you got to write me. If you want to write me, you got to write me a page or two, tell me what you're thinking, what's on your mind. And then when I get a chance, I go through my emails, I can respond to the email when I'm sitting down and I have the time. I can, answer back, write what I want to write, express what I want to write, send it. It's so much better to communicate like that when you run a business. And that's what people are not understanding. I've ran multiple businesses. I've ran $1 million businesses. You have to use emails. It's this tech. All these people want to use text messaging and stuff to run $1 million company. You can't do that. It's not possible to sit there and communicate with fucking 300 fucking people and they're all like, can I get the day off? Can I get this day off? Can I get this day off? No, that's not how it works. You email me and then, make sure you give me a notice so I can fill in the spot. We're making a lot of money here. This is not, time to go hang out with your, girlfriend and lie and, say you're sick. Because people do that shit and it's bullshit. It is bullshit. And I understand why they do it. If it's a 9 to 5, yeah, I get it. Who doesn't do that shit? You know what I mean? But this isn't a 9 to 5. You know what I mean? That we're not. This isn't a food facility where people are coming in. You know what I mean? And sitting down and eating. No, and then not only that, we're responsible for families. If food is not on that table, I'm not eating. I gotta provide food on that table first before the food comes to me, because then I'm not a good king. I'm not a good president. I'm not a good vice president. I'm not a good leader. Therefore, why am I, that's why it's very hard for me to find people to work with. It's difficult. And we clash heads very, very fast. We do. But I'm telling you, this laptop right here, this sound card, is fucking the shit, dude. And if you never heard of Vyro the Virus, you gotta, I gotta sign in. You gotta subscribe to his channel, Vyro the Virus, even though he passed away. One of the best underground hip-hop artists from New Jersey that had so much pain in his heart, and his lyrical, like, just his words and the way he flowed and put them together, and the inspiration. He's a lot of the reason why I push so hard to do this. One of his my favorite songs is called Dizzy Dreams, from Vyro the Virus. So check him out. Which, if you run a business, you gotta have boxes. So mine says end plastic waste. I keep shoe boxes because they're biodegradable. I have a plastic container for that stuff, but I try to keep I save shoe boxes, man. Listen, you have to have them. I keep them empty. You have to. You're gonna have so much paperwork to store, and if you run a business, you got to keep records of it. So I couldn't tell you how many records boxes of stuff I've had to organize and put on shelves for all these businesses and for my own, so I keep them. I like to do shoe boxes. Everyone is different, My last boss used to like using these boxes he had from like years ago, he bought like a shitload from an old warehouse company, wholesale place. They were getting rid of like a bunch of office stuff during the 90s. This dude still had boxes from the 90s. And he was like a stickler because like he wanted things his way, and he wanted me to organize them for him. I talked my way into the job, $80,000 a year, man. You know, the people at that place didn't know I was making that type of money. You get what I'm saying? They weren't making that type of money, but they weren't doing what I was doing either, I came in there, I built them workstations, I changed everything because they were taking apart car parts, right? They're taking apart Mercedes Benzes and BMWs and stuff, and they're putting the headlights. We're buying the whole car just for the front of the car, right? The headlights and the hood is where we get most of our money back, And then, we sell a wheel or two. That's how we make a profit. Literally, that's what we might only make a profit on, literally, from that whole car is just the wheel. We might sell everything and barely make our money back and make, $50 off a wheel. You get what I'm saying? Not every car you make a killing on, You might just break even on some of these cars, That's just how the business is. So, but these kids, these guys, I call them kids because they're not, I call them kids. But, they're taking these lights, that are $400, $500 lights, some of them more than that. And they're putting them on the ground. Like, what the fuck? Like, what are you doing? And then they're stepping on them, you know what I mean? And then instead of like saying something to the boss or anything, right? Because now, remember, we're putting these cars in the system, right? So you're putting them in the system to say that we have them, right? And then you got a worker that breaks the light, and then they're too scared to speak up because it's a $400 light. What do? They don't say nothing. They just throw it out and hide it, They don't, we have so much going on, the boss doesn't pick up on it until later, until, a customer says, hey, we see it in the computer on the internet, you have that light. My boss was like, hey, Retro, go grab that light. All right. I go get it. Where the fuck's this light, I don't know. That's why everybody plays stupid, and I watched this happen. So I was like, all right, this is not going to happen no more. I'm done. Like, it's done. My boss, like, I try to tell my boss doesn't he's a good person. This is what his problem was, is he was too good of a person. He wouldn't tell people, he would yell. Like, when you get pissed, you get pissed. But they were so good at hiding it from him, and he was so used to it, you know what I mean? And, he's still making money, you know what I mean? So, he kind of just brushed it off in a sense, But it's terrible when I'm looking at the numbers, you know what I mean? Look at this guy was losing out on over $100,000 a year because of these people being just, lazy. So I built them stations, I built them actual benches, you know what I mean? I built them actual workstations with the tool station, and then I actually, and I didn't take any money from my boss. I found everything from in his, junkyard, and then I bought stuff from out of my own money for him, you know what I mean? But I also I built like a station for when they're done to put everything. So not only do they have to put all the lights on, the table where at the shelf that I made for them, they gotta list it. They gotta write down whatever it is that they took off, and they gotta hand it in at the end of the day with this clipboard. I came up with a system, the check and balance system in a sense, This is the type of stuff I'm good at. This is how I make this type of money. This is how you make these type of money, And the thing is, I can't really just jump into certain businesses and show you all this yet. Because I quit my career, and then you gotta allow the people who are gonna wanna, I gotta find a place. I'd have to find a place to allow me in there, So, that's why I'm just talking about it. I can't really show you guys. Eventually, if I get my own place, because I'm going to be running multiple businesses. You guys are going to be seeing this later down the road. But right now, my main focus is really just YouTube, global pollution, that type of stuff. And then I'm going to have my security car business thing. That's what I'm going to be doing on the side. I'm going to be building vehicles, which, I'm going to be just pushing out maybe 1 or 2 a year. So eventually, I got to get down south and find the building, the barn that's It's gonna be right off the water, which is crazy. Yesterday, Spectrum, guy, black guy, he was in his 50s maybe, really, really put together. Like you could tell he was money. And he came here. He was like the manager or something. I thought he was an officer, a police officer. Like the way he was dressed and everything, and the way he rolled up. I was like, I thought he was some type of authority, which he is. You know, he was a boss of something for Spectrum, for sure. And he looked at my address, and I was like, I got nervous. I was about to walk up with the shotgun. You know, like, who the fuck's this? You know, because the way they approached my door. And I was like, I already have Spectrum, you know, because I finally seen it when he walked up. And I was like, you know, I have Spectrum, you know. And he's like, oh, really? And he's like, actually, I got the wrong address. I'm supposed to go to that address right there. I'm like, oh, the old man? I'm like, yeah, he ain't going to want to talk to you, man. He's 93. And he's like, yeah, I'm not even going to go over there. But we kicked it for a minute. And he actually was from down there, from the same area we're about to go to, Orlando, Pensacola area. Which he told me, he said, if you want to be honest with you, he said, just, it's going to be cheaper right on the water, right in Alabama, right on the border of Florida and Alabama. He said, it's going to be the cheapest. He said, right on the water. And he said, there's a lot of swamp over there too. So, you know, you got all those Cajuns, Louisiana down farther, you know, but, which we're going to be going through there, all that stuff. That's where all the pirates were, you know, and they all came up through there and stuff when they were exploring the new Americas. Supposedly there's a lot of gold over there. I've been looking at a lot of stuff, a lot of folklore, you know. You see that stuff on Discovery Channel too. I love that type of stuff. I'm fascinated with it, which I am looking to go treasure hunting. There is a few places I'm interested in that supposedly, you know, these armadas, these Spanish armadas, you know, I've been pulling up stuff that people have been searching for, and, you know, people are talking about it on the internet, on these forums, you know, and they're trying to find this stuff, and I'm listening to them, and their reasoning, you know what I mean, of why it's there, and why they think it's there and not there, and I'm thinking in my head, like, from my experience, you know, they're wrong, and I think I might know where this stuff is at. I'm serious. So we might be checking that out too. I want to go look for, because I got to get some diving gear, you know. We're going to be diving, snorkeling, that type of stuff. Mostly snorkeling, because I got to make sure people, you know, if people want to dive, I'm not going to be training them. I don't want to train them to dive. So if I take any divers out, you know, I got to have, you know that they've have diving experience, you know, which I'll have diving equipment on my boat. I have to. You know, but I'm only going to have 2 tanks, you know what I mean? 2 sets. I'm not going to have more than that. So that's why another thing is I'm not going to be able to take people out and train them, you know? So if you're a couple and going out on a charter with me, that's not going to happen. Don't expect to, you know, have me take you out snorkeling snorkeling fine, but I'm not diving. Don't expect me to take you out diving, unless you know how. If you know how, you can show me, you know, everything, you know, prove to me that you can dive. I'll let you use my equipment, you know, if that's, you know, something that interests you, you know. So, yeah. You know, I don't mind having, you know, a woman and a man use my equipment, you know, if they're on my boat, you know, especially if they know what it is that they're doing, you know, by all means, go hang out, you know. But, you know, just make sure it's, you know, don't put your life in danger or mine, you know, or risk, because I'm going to have to go out and try to find you, which then therefore, if you're being stupid, you're putting my life at risk, right? Because you're on my boat, you signed a contract, you know what I mean, to pay me for me to take you out. I'm responsible for you. Therefore, you know, don't put me in that position. I'll be very frustrated with the situation. You won't like it. You won't like me. You won't like me at all. I mean, if it's an accident, it's an accident. I'm not going to go ape shit, you know what I mean? But I'll know, you know, if you intentionally do stupid shit, you know what I mean? Come on. It's not hard to see. That's what frustrates me with a lot of people, you know? They won't accept Jesus and they won't, do all this stuff. And it's clear as day, but yet they'll justify all these reasons not to do it and deal with themselves. It's stupid, it's terrible. It makes me sick to my stomach. It does. Because I've been through it all, man. I've seen it all. I've done it all. That's how I know Jesus is real. Because I'd be still fucked up out there. Doing stupid shit. Trying to fucking get to God fucking on some money, power, tripping shit. You know what I mean? Because that's what everybody wants. They think money and power is what is going to make them happy. And they see all these TV shows and everything else. They think that's what it is. But it's not. It's not what it is. Life is an illusion. I can tell you that. Believe me. Y'all don't even know. Y'all have no idea. That's all I can say. Like I said, I say it many times. Be careful what you pray for, man. I never thought I would be a Bible thumper, man. Be careful what you pray for. I'm getting stocked up. I'm almost full. I'm trying to fill this drawer before I go, which I don't think that's gonna happen. That's a lot of weed. I'm trying to leave in the next 2 weeks, which is probably gonna be more like a month. Cause that's just how things go, I really don't have much time in here though left. I gotta. That's why I'm like I gotta kick everything in high gear. So I'm halfway full. I gotta fill the other half. Yeah, you see these dressers? They're fucking genuine mahogany. Like, come on, man. By Drexel. Like shit. It even has a fucking number. It's number 160. This label issued on a penalty contract. See? And even has patent pending, man, on the dresser. Like, come on. And that lady, this girl literally came here and offered me $100 for this dresser and the other dresser. And when I told her it was, real stuff, she was like, it can't be worth that much. Like, woman, you obviously have not owned anything or have had anything nice. And she's not a woman, it's a girl, because a woman wouldn't have said that. A respectable one. So, yeah, it's crazy, man, people. I don't know about people sometimes. Actually, I do know about them. They're retarded. Fucking stupid. Blows my mind how stupid people are, man. And they do it on purpose. Their ignorance is on purpose. That's why I get irritated with it. They do it on purpose. And their reasoning is fucking idiotic. Their purpose, their justification to do it on purpose is retarded. Listen, man, go ahead and go start testing people. Ask Jesus to come in your life if you don't have him in your life already. Start doing the right thing and start testing people and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. I'm serious. It'll blow your fucking mind. And don't ever think you can't smoke weed while you're fucking, while you have faith in Jesus. God is love. God is light. It don't matter who or what you're on. It has nothing to do with what you're on. You either love the person or you don't. You either love the love or you don't. It has nothing to do with getting high or not getting high or following a religion or not following a religion or if you look this way or you don't look that way. Love doesn't have no fucking, it doesn't have no color or fucking, it doesn't have no fucking skin. It doesn't have no, you get what I'm saying? It's ignorance, man. All these people, it's pure ignorance. I'm sick of it. That's why I'm doing these YouTubes, man. Because I can preach. I can go to the church and preach, but going to church is not what I want to do. I want to fill up stadiums. If I'm gonna get on the stage, I'm not going to a church, and it's not worth my time. If people want to see me talk about Jesus, they gotta pay tickets, man. They gotta buy tickets. I'm filling up a stadium, you know what I'm saying? I'm not doing all that fucking church to church bullshit going from church to church because half the people, these churches, they're fucking quacked out anyways. I'm not doing that. You're going to come to a stadium. If you want to see Retrospect talk about Jesus and you want to hear, the music that I put on my Facebook, these people, well, Violet Virus, I can't really, ask to come play music, before I talk. But, I'm asking these people to, to do something for me. I love their music. I love what it is that they say. And I know that they would be happy to talk about the things that I would like to speak about because of what they say in their music. I know they hurt, and I know they love Jesus as much as I do. Otherwise, why would they go out of their way and make all this music and go through all that bullshit, that you got to deal with becoming famous and putting your fucking name out there and life out there? You think I want everybody in my fucking life? Fuck no. Because I already know what it's about to bring. Bunch of bullshit. It always does. Always does. That's why that fucking song by fucking Notorious. Money More Problems, fucking by Puff Daddy and all that shit. Yeah. You get more money, you get more problems. It's the truth. It's because you get more people. And they're there for the money. They're not there for the person. They're only friends because of the money. I'm telling you, I couldn't tell you how many people in my past, which I mentioned yesterday, that are trying to reach out to me because my Facebook is off the chain. It's stupid. No, go away. Kick rocks. So, I'm ready to hang out with people that are doing stuff. That, you know what I mean? All the businesses that I ran are with millionaires. I wasn't around all these people and stuff. I was working, you know what I mean? I haven't seen these people in years. I'm talking over a decade now. I haven't seen any of these people, and they're trying to hit me up now. Like, what the fuck? No. I'm straight. Fucking retarded, man. Just like my family, they're fucking retarded. Stupid as fuck. They're all fucking sitting there telling me all this stuff. They're trying to tell me who I am and what I'm capable of. You can't do this. You're not gonna be. Your name ain't Retrospect. You can't run a YouTube. You can't do this. You can't do that. No, you can't do it, and that's why you're telling me I can't do it. Stupid, man. I don't care about your problems. Keep your problems to yourself. Because that's all they want to do is complain about the problem. Stay away from those people. They won't do nothing but bring you down. They will, and they'll drag you down on purpose. If they see you doing anything good, positive, they'll go out of their way to sabotage whatever it is you're doing so you don't go to the top. And the top is with God. Top is in the heavens. Because there's more than one heaven. Stupid. If you read the Bible, there's more than one heaven. There's the heavens. Jesus said there's multiple doors in the mansion. There's heavens. The heavens. They call it the heavens for a reason. I had to go find me a filter for this jizz on it. I'm about to cut it with a pair of scissors. Where's my scissors? I just had them, boys. I have a little hook. Oh, they're in my kitchen. I keep them on this. Cause I use them constantly. These purple ones for listen, when you run a business, you need all this stuff, man. I'm telling you, you're gonna go through so much paper, it's sad. That's another thing, like people say computers are evil. I don't believe so at all. They're gonna save the planet because you don't have to use paper. We're writing everything, right? We can save all this information and stuff, and it's not on paper. We're not tearing down trees, God did that for a reason, you know. God, you think God didn't have an influence on all this computer stuff? God created everything, right? He created everything with mathematics. You know, I study math, you know. Everything can be done by a formula, you know. Albert Einstein does it, and I've been studying his work. Um, I'm going to be coming out with a book called The Fifth Dimension. Not literally called that, but, you know, Albert Einstein, he believed before he passed away that there's, you know, a fifth dimension. And, you know, an organism that so an organism that can see five dimensional, which there is. There's living things that can see five dimensional, which there's a kid on Facebook that supposedly got kidnapped, but she has, I forget his name. Supposedly the government kidnapped him. He was like a little kid, and he was like really smart, and he was making all these videos talking about how, like, talking about depth and everything, and how, like, when, like, the moon, like, if it was going away, you know what I mean, you wouldn't be able to tell because of the way the sun is. You have to watch these videos. I'm explaining it fast, that's why I'm probably wrong, what I just said, but it was fascinating. And this video, you know, I've been doing the studies and stuff. You know, if you're an organism and you can see your fifth dimension, you can almost pretty much see through people, right? You can see, it's insane if you really think about it. I've been studying it. I don't really want to show everyone, in a sense, because as part of what I have for myself to be, you know, it's how I'm going to make money, right? You know, I'm going to be known for this stuff, right? I might be able to win a Nobel Prize if this is real stuff, you know what I mean? Like, if I, you know, discovered something. And, you know, there's many people that have discoveries, and I have discovered a few things. That's why my first Facebook went viral and it got hacked. Which is LIFE dash, just like my YouTube. It looks just like my YouTube. You can, you know, look up the Facebook. Somebody else has it. Which is crazy, because if you go to their storyline, they're using Cash App and they're sending photos, and they're constantly asking me to send them money. I keep on blocking them. But they got racks. Makes me mad, because I'm over here, you know, starting from the bottom, right? Doing it the right way. And they're over there using my account that went viral, right? And they're using my account to do bad things, and they're getting all this money fast. But when they go down, they're going to go down hard. And it makes me nervous because it's in my name. Well, what's not in my name? It's really not in my name because it's not in my name. You get what I'm saying? But it has my photos on it. That's the thing. It has me and Mongo's photos on it. I'm not worried about it because everything that they sent, everything that they did, I have copies of. I have receipts, the Bitcoin and stuff, the machine that I put Bitcoins in, that they fucking were trying to get to my Bitcoin, which I actually had them. I set up, they think I'm stupid, which I had them. I put money in the Bitcoin, right? I set up Trust Wallet. They wanted me to give them the key. No, I'm not giving you the key. What the fuck? This is after they deposited money in my account. So I have information, right? I have a little bit of information of what they did, which they remotely put this stuff on my phone. Then I stopped communicating with them. I cut them off, and I have the stuff on my phone still for proof. So when I contact the authorities, which are never going to be able to do anything anyways, but I've been using an Nmap trace route scan, because they're constantly sending me emails and all this stuff. I really believe they're in Africa. But, you know, they might be running through a VPN, which I mentioned. I have no idea, you know, I don't know who this is, you know what I mean? I think it's the government, to be honest with you. That's who I think it is. Because my stuff went viral, right? My stuff went viral, and I had a lot of people from overseas contacting me. You know what I mean? Wanting to talk about Jesus, that type of stuff. And they watch all that stuff, you know what I mean? Like customs, those computer geeks, all that stuff. And I really, really believe that it was the government. And because they try to act like, they try to act like they were Samsung. I thought I had a job for Samsung. I programmed. You know what I'm saying? I was kind of looking for another job at that time. You know what I mean? I just quit my career, and they're talking about giving me a job through Samsung to develop some apps, right? Because I was asking for. It's just I've been reaching out for help for development, which I've done before. Listen, I have software out there. People are using my software. They don't even know it. So they had me thinking I was getting this job from Samsung, right? And I was going to meet this guy at the airport, right? And it was crazy, right? And they told me it was really elaborate, man. I'm about to just get to the point. It was really fucking elaborate scam, and they had me conned. That's why I believe it was the government too, because I'm so intelligent. You know what I mean? It really fucked me up. I was on my way to go to meet this person, right, at the airport to get this job at Samsung and supposedly be working out in California at the actual headquarters, which kind of threw me off. I'm like, why wouldn't you just get me a ticket and fly me out there? And I said that, and they're like, oh, we like to meet the people in person, which I'm still trying to figure out why they wanted to meet me in person, because I don't have anything for them, right? Why do they want to meet me? But I wanted to go, so that's what actually made me really feel like I might have this job, So I was on my way, right? I had my dad driving me. And then all of a sudden, I get a message from this girl telling me not to go, that this guy at the airport, they're the FBI, right? Listen, this girl tells me she's the FBI, tells me not to go, sends this to my phone through Facebook Messenger, right? Tells me not to go, that this guy is going around scamming people and hurting people physically, right? Like killing people, that to go back home. I'm like, what the fuck? So obviously they're watching my stuff, like, I'm like, who the fuck are you? That's why they're like, we're the FBI, right? And then they're like, well, your phone, they've been trying to hack your phone, they've been trying to get into your stuff, blah, 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 which my phone was listen, man, that Facebook that I had, that last Facebook was off the fucking chain. Listen, man, I had 10,000 subscribers I wrote part of my book. So I wrote my book when me and Mago got separated because of everything. My heart was aching. I poured out my heart over the internet and on my hashtags, just like on YouTube, just like on my Facebook, just like on the other Facebook that got hacked. The very first few posts, my heart was pouring out, right? So I wrote what it is that I learned over the years in a musical way. I wrote, I asked questions, and I wrote it long. It was long, dude. I'm talking, this book was long on my news. So the book was long in a sense, your news feed, right? Hashtag, I wrote it, and I did this for weeks. I did this for almost 3 weeks straight during Christmas, right before Christmas, this Christmas. I had 10,000 followers almost, like that. Bam! Like within days, like my phone was going off every 30 seconds. Every 30 seconds, ding, 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 ding. It was insane. My dad was like, what the fuck's wrong with your phone? I'm like, I'm popular? And why I think it's the government, right, is because they not only did this girl, right, con me to give them the information to my Facebook, right? I think they work for the government, I really do. Not only did they con me to get my information on my Facebook and tell me not to go to this place, which it could have been them too. It could have been the same person, right, just fucking around. which I thought about that, but they had me go to a Bitcoin machine, right? And I put the money, and this is why I did it, because I was already getting fucking irritated. I'm like, all right, this Bitcoin, if I put this money in this Bitcoin, it's gonna tie it to my social security number, because they track that stuff now. When you go to a Bitcoin machine, you gotta set that stuff up. You gotta put your social security number in, which I don't care if they get it. I really don't. They can have it. I don't. Money doesn't mean anything. I can get that shit cleared up. I can go to LifeLock and get that shit all fixed up. I'm about to have millions of dollars. I'm about to show everybody. I've had it before. This is why they're coming after me. They want to see. But anyways, they had me go up to the Bitcoin machine, and I know why. Because they wanted to see my face. They wanted a picture of who I was. You understand what I'm saying? When I go up to that machine, right, I put the money in that machine, right? I put in my information. Not only do they have my information now, right, they got a picture of me. They wanted to see what I look like. That's where they went through all that. They went through all of that just to see what I looked like. Because my Facebook was going viral, and because I'm talking about religious stuff and all these different things about, the government being corrupt and, pollution, and, they see I'm somebody of influence, right? They don't want me, they want to see who I am. They want to see if I'm a fucking, a bomber, I'm that type of stuff. Which, no, I'm not no bomber. The only thing I bomb is weed. I smoke and bomb weed. So yeah, I really believe that, the more I think about it. And they got me for money too. They got me for about a G-note, which, I can't get back. But it was worth the money spending, because I wanted to see what it is that they were up to, what it is that they're trying to do, which they were using Steam cards, which they're using these Steam cards to crunch these numbers, because you got to get money. In order to get money out of Bitcoin, right? It's digital currency. It's got to be, and it's encrypted. It's got to be decrypted, and then it's got to be turned into some form of currency, right? They charge you for that. Well, Steam is one of the fastest supercomputers that crunch the numbers. They run the gaming system servers and stuff. That's why, and they use it. And I bought a lot of fucking Steam cards for them to fucking get money off of Bitcoin. They were just using all they were doing is using my money, my Steam cards, my money, right? I'm giving them these numbers on purpose. I want to see what they were up to. Because they already listen, man, I wasn't stupid. After I've already given them $50, right? I was already hip to it. I'm like, okay, this is stupid. But I gave them over $1,000. I give them over $1,000. And the reason why I did this too is because I want them to keep on coming back. I want them to keep on trying to hack my account. I want them to keep on thinking that I'm that gullible. That way they're sitting there creating all this traffic. So when I do jump on them, because if it isn't the government, right, I'm happy that they get caught. Second, if they are the government, they shouldn't be doing it. It's corrupt. And I'm happy to get that person out of the government. You understand what I'm saying? They shouldn't be working for the government. Because if they are working for the government, they're using that fucking Facebook to do fucking corrupt Cash App shit. Which, go to it. If you want to fucking get a bunch of money, this person's sending money. They're doing all that Cash App shit. You send them $1,000, and they send you $2,000. Try it. Let me know tell me what they do. Listen, man, that person, they got bankrolls. They're trying to hit my Cash App. They were trying to hit my Cash App, which has $70,000 in it. So, and I was posting it on my Facebook, which they knew. That's why, another reason why they were going after it. They were trying to get on my phone, which they did. They had my phone down. They had my phone off until 3 a.m. Both of my phones went off to 3 a.m. Because they were trying to get into that money in my Cash App, which they never got to, because they want to see if I have Bitcoin, which I don't keep my Bitcoins on my phone. I keep them in a trust wallet for a reason. I don't keep my money in a Google Pay wallet, my Bitcoins and stuff. I keep my stuff in a cold wallet. So, for that reason, for this specific reason, people are stupid. They try to, get over on you. And, that Bitcoin stuff isn't it's hard sometimes because a lot of the Bitcoins, it's the future, by the way, for currency. It's got to be. It's the best way. It's going to be the most secure, the best way to transfer money, other than it being physical. I mean, it can't be better than physical. There's always going to be some type of physical monetary system, and you have to have it. But traveling the world or through the universe, like if they want to go through the universe, which is stupid, because God already created a planet for us to be on. And then here you are, you got SpaceX and all these other fucking places. They're trying to get to a place because this earth is going bad, kaput, and they're worried about it, right? So they're trying to, instead of having faith in God and the Bible, what the Bible says, right? They're trying to save their own skin and set up a system for the future people. Why? That's stupid. And God is going to take it down. That's why God's irritated with it. It's just like the Tower of Babel, right? If you read the Tower of Babel, they tried to make a tower to go through the atmosphere, right? Now they're doing it again. History repeats itself over again. Now our history is repeating itself again. We're just now doing it with rockets. Same thing. God doesn't like it. And you know how much fucking rocket fuel? That's so bad for the environment. Every time one of those rockets go off, man, you're killing probably fucking 1,000,000 trees. 1,000 trees, you know what I mean? And I wonder how many people are fucking dying from all that rocket fuel that gets put in the air that burns through the ozone layer. Once that rocket fuel, all these chemicals, right? Like my dad, right? That was dumping that fucking R134A refrigerant in the air, which everyone does it at the scrapyard. I can take you to the scrapyard right now. Everyone's doing it. Everyone. It's sad. It's really sad. It's bad. And all that stuff is putting a hole in our ozone layer, and right? So radiation, the sun is able, there's no protective layer. The protective layer that God has created, it's been slowly going away because of greed, because of evil, ignorance, right? Because of the dollar, right? Because of suffering, because all the people at top that are evil are making sure that the people on the bottom suffer because they like it like that. And all this is happening, Stupid. We're getting cooked. You're getting cancer. Everybody's getting skin cancer because of that. Just like the Great Barrier Reef is dying. And people don't even know why. It's because of sun lotion. It's because of sunblock. That's what it is. The sunblock is killing it. All these sunblock, you got all these people putting on sunblock, right? Because they're getting skin burnt, right? And they want to enjoy themselves, drive a car, right? Burn all this fuel, and then go jump in. Before they get in the ocean, they got to put their sunblock on, right? And then they get in the ocean. The sunblock, right, is in the ocean now. What do you think it's doing? It's blocking the sun in our water. That's why the Great Barrier Reef is dead. Go look at it. It's not there. It's gray. It's barely alive. And that's one of the biggest ecosystems in the world. It's the biggest, greatest reef. It's the biggest reef ecosystem in the ocean that we know of, that we've ever seen. And it's dead. It's dying because of sunblock and pollution. It's sad. So I'm going to go and I'm going to upload this and smoke this. And I'm going to get some computer stuff because it really pisses me off that all this stuff is happening and nobody's doing it. Like, there are people doing about it, but it's not aware. We got to make it more aware. So, yeah, global pollution is really happening. Subscribe, man. Please share this. Subscribe to this channel. Share this. Put this on your Facebook. Let people know what it is that is really happening out there. Share the truth. Don't be afraid to stand up or stick up for the truth. If you believe in your heart, what it is that I'm saying, that's the truth. Share it with your friends. Share it with your family. Share who it is that I am. Share retrospect with your family. I would love to meet you one day. I'll maybe stop by, shake your hand. Thank you for sharing this because, this beautiful earth of ours. Look at this, man. It's so precious, and for us to have the internet and Facebook, and for us to, have all these great inventions, that, that stand the test of time, let's use them for what they are worth, you know? Let's use them for what they were made for. All these people, you know, they were inspired, you know, they wanted to help people, and they created all these things so that they could help people. And then here we are using all these things, you know what I mean, to be greedy and selfish. Let's change this. Let's change the world. Let's change the way we do things. Let's change the way we do business. Let's change the way we see our families. Let's change the way we treat each other. Let's change the way we do everything. And it all starts here.